Angel, Angel, remember Ted Cruz? Angel, remember Ted Cruz? Not that guy. Not that guy. He's not Ted Cruz. Okay? We're gonna listen to him. So, okay, listen.
Amen. Comment amen down below. God's love endures forever. All right, let's jump right into the news. So here's Senator Ted Cruz saying that President Biden could solve the border crisis tomorrow. He's exposing the truth, saying that Biden could fix this crisis. Instead, he's chosen politics over safety. He has allowed 9.6 million illegal aliens into our country. Whoa. Let's tune in to Ted Cruz here.
Let me break that into two pieces. You started by what Biden is saying, and I'll tell you what Biden is saying on that. There's a technical term for that, and that's called a lie. And it's not just a little bit of a lie. It is a brazen, it is the definition of chutzpah. Here's why. When Joe Biden became president, he inherited the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. He inherited great success. And he deliberately broke the border. He opened up the border. 3 decisions caused this crisis. His first week in office, Joe Biden halted construction of the border wall. He reinstated catch and release, and he pulled out of the incredibly successful Remain in Mexico agreement. And those decisions caused illegal immigration to skyrocket.
Whoa! So Joe Biden, he's saying that, oh, I'm trying to fix the border situation. Well, he's doing all these things to basically open up the border. And if Joe Biden really does think that border walls don't work, well, why would he halt construction of the border wall then if he didn't think it worked? Because he had to basically engineer and open up the wall. So if the wall didn't work, why would he have to open up the wall?
The reason he's lying, he doesn't need more money. Those decisions, Biden could solve this problem tomorrow. He doesn't want to.
So are you saying that there's no reason to have a border bill?
We don't need a border bill. We achieved the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years under Donald Trump. What was different is you had a president that wanted to secure the border. Joe Biden is defying the law right now. And so you asked about the border deal. Listen, I'm all for using every leverage we have to try to force Biden to comply with the law. But this deal doesn't do that. This deal was negotiated with Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer doesn't want to secure the border. He looks at 9.6 million.
Why would Chuck Schumer not want to secure the border? I don't understand that either at all.
Illegal immigrants, and what he sees is future Democrat voters, and he's willing to overlook the death, the suffering, the women and children being brutalized by human traffickers. All of those are acceptable prices to pay for Democrats to stay in power.
Whoa! What do you guys think about Ted Cruz coming out and saying all this stuff? So here's Ted Cruz saying 9.6 million illegal aliens is not an accident, it's deliberate. Biden could stop the border crisis by enforcing the law. He's talking to this guy, what's this guy's name? I forget what this guy's name is, but he's a host on Fox News. Let's watch this.
Mark, you're absolutely right.
Mark. His name's Mark Levin.
It is a catastrophe on every level. It is a humanitarian disaster. It is a public health disaster. It is a public safety disaster. It's a national security disaster. And you're also right that this is deliberate. This is not caused by the fact that Joe Biden is incompetent, that Alejandro Mayorkas is negligent.
But why would it be deliberate? Because is it so that they can be more inclusive to other nations?
This is the deliberate outcome they want. When Joe Biden became president, he inherited the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. And he deliberately broke the system. He opened the border, and the numbers immediately shot up. 9.6 million illegal immigrants have crossed into this country illegally. And you use the word slavery. You're exactly right. That's what it is. You may recall the last time Alejandro Mayorkas testified in front of the Judiciary Committee.
Alejandro Mayorkas. Yeah, isn't this guy getting impeached? I thought this guy was gonna leave soon.
Where I put up a poster board with a picture of colored wristbands. And I asked him a question. I said, Mr. Secretary, what are these colored wristbands? And you and I are both lawyers. As lawyers, we never ask a question.
Whoa, Ted Cruz is a lawyer? I didn't even realize that. And he actually does have a big Cuban background too. I think his dad, like, came from Cuba, or his grandfather or something.
We don't know the answer to. I'll tell you, Mayorkas' answer blew me away. He said, I have no idea what those wristbands are. I've never seen them before. And with complete shock, I said to him, Mr. Secretary, you have just told the American people you were utterly incompetent at your job, and you don't give a damn enough to even pretend. Why? Because just about every illegal alien that crosses this country is wearing one of these colored wristbands. They're color-coded for how many thousands of dollars they owe the cartels. If you stand on the banks of the Rio Grande River, you see hundreds of those wristbands laying in the
I
ground.
don't even know what those wristbands are. Have you guys seen these wristbands? I did not. It says llegadas. What does llegadas mean? Llegadas means arrivals in English. Oh, llegada. Okay, interesting. Now, here's Ted Cruz saying the Senate Republican leadership's deal with the Democrats is dead on arrival in the House. The border package doesn't even come close to securing the border. We ought to have enough sense not to provide fig leaves for the Democrats and Joe Biden. They have caused this crisis. They caused this crisis. Let's watch.
Final point. Not only is this bill utterly ineffective in fixing the problem, but it's designed to fail. The chances of this bill passing the House of Representatives, I can quantify it mathematically. The chances of this bill passing the House are 0.000%.
Oh! Laying it out, buddy boy.
It ain't gonna pass. At lunch, we had a vigorous discussion at lunch yesterday. I asked leadership, why on earth would you be teeing up a vote with every Democrat and 10 or 12 Republicans that has no chance of passing the House? It's not going to become law, and I get it. Leadership really, really, really wants Ukraine funding. But that doesn't happen unless you get a bill that can pass the House.
So why do we need so much Ukraine funding? Actually, Donald Trump spoke on this. I wanted to share this part. This is actually a video from Trump talking about the war in Ukraine. Let's watch this.
Hello, President Trump. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
The current administration has made it clear that we should continue to provide military equipment to Ukraine so that they can defend themselves. Do you support this decision, and how would you deal with the increasing threat posed by Vladimir Putin?
First of all,
That's a really good question. This young woman is very, very intelligent. That's a great question.
thank you very much. It's really nice. And it's an important question, so important. Now, here's the problem. We've given so far $171 billion. They've given, meaning they,
I thought it was only 111 billion. Now it's 170. What?
the European Union, which is approximately the same size altogether as our economy, they've given about 20. So we're at 170, let's say, and they're at 20. They're going to put up a lot more money because they're taking advantage of us like every other country did. That's why I ended NAFTA. If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours.
How would you settle that war?
Boom, shakalaka.
I'll meet with Zelensky, and within 24 hours, that war will be settled.
Whoa, Trump said I'll meet with Putin. I'll meet with Zelensky in 24 hours. The war would be over. And Democrats, for some reason, want to keep sending more money while other nations in Europe aren't sending nearly as much as the United States are. I wonder why. I wonder why, Joe.
Congratulations. Your mijo and your money are off to college, and you don't know how you're going to pay for it. Just ask your home. Your home's got equity, and with Rocket Mortgage, you can use it to get cash quickly.
the only purpose of taking this up is giving Democrats political cover to say, gosh, we would have secured the border, but those pesky House Republicans didn't let us. It's a good talking point. It's complete baloney, but it's a good talking point. This bill represents Senate Republican leadership waging war on House Republican leadership.
Crazy.
It's not designed to secure the border, and it won't secure the border. And that's why leadership wants it kept in secret. They don't want anyone to see the text of it. Republicans in the Senate ought to have the sense and sanity to say, secure the border, or else we're not going to go along with providing fig leaves to cover up the deliberate failure of Joe Biden and the Democrats. They have caused this crisis.
Boom, shakalaka. He just exposed the truth. Mike Johnson is another one teaming up with Ted Cruz and saying this. Look, Mike Johnson says any bill, he says, my position is clear. Any bill that does not solve the problem and secure the border is not acceptable to the House. And that's what I like Mike Johnson. Let's tune in.
If the best we can get does not solve the problem and not stem the flow, then it will not be acceptable on the House side. And I have said that very clearly from day one. We have to solve the problem. This is not about getting political points for one side or the other. It's about solving the problem that is now a crisis for every community. Every state is a border state now because people are going all across the country. And by the way, when we were at Eagle Pass, we found out that 60 to 70% of the people crossing the border down there are single adult males between the ages of 18 and 40.
I keep hearing this. I keep hearing that there's young, or not young, but there's, 18, like, fit men coming in, single. These are not, like, families. Like, there's some families, but a lot of single adult males. It's like, where are their families at? Where are they coming from? I got too many questions, all right? What are they coming to do here? They're coming here to start a family? They're trying to find a wife in America? I don't know.
These are not huddled masses of families seeking asylum. These are individual single males coming into the country for we don't know what, okay? This is serious business. The facts are alarming and the American people are sufficiently, I think, alarmed by this and they want us to make a change. So Republicans and Democrats both should come together and solve it. There's an outcry from Democrat mayors around the country in these so-called sanctuary cities. Everybody knows we have to fix it.
Everybody knows we have to fix it. CNN, listen up, lady. Jeez Louise. Listen to Mike Johnson for a change. He actually has a lot to tell you. Mike Johnson also went on Fox News as well to talk about the border crisis. He says, I told President Biden, it's right on you. Let's tune in.
I told the president, I looked right across the table from him in the cabinet officials room, and I said, Mr. President, you have the authority right now to end this catastrophe. It's your actions that created it. In fact, Mr. President, I told him in a meeting today, we've documented 64 instances of you taking executive actions in your agencies that created this catastrophe. Mr. President, it's on you to unwind it. We don't need new laws. You can do it right now. I've cited to him, read him the legal authority on the phone on Thursday of last week that he could take. And you know what he said in the meeting, Laura? He said, we're ready to do big things on the border. Well, hallelujah, Mr. President. President Biden, do your job. Fix the catastrophe that you created. It's an unspeakable humanitarian catastrophe. I told
Joe Biden, I have a message for you. Do your job, Joe. What the heck? Everybody's telling you to do your job. Jeez Louise. Here's Senator Ted Cruz talking about the difficulties of negotiating with Chuck. This is Ted Cruz talking about negotiating with Chuck Schumer. Jeez, so many names today.
So negotiating with Chuck Schumer on securing the border is like putting Hannibal Lecter in charge of a Go Vegan ad campaign.
What? Hannibal Lecter? Who the heck is Hannibal Lecter? Hannibal, do you guys know who Hannibal? Am I going to get banned for putting this up? Hannibal Lecter. Oh gosh, what is this? Oh gosh, what is this? Go Vegan. I don't even want to look into this. I'm sorry. We're gonna move on. I'll have to look into that after. Senator Ted Cruz says the so-called border deal with the Democrats doesn't even solve the problem. It would bring in over 5,000 illegal aliens a day, or about 1.8 million a year. Yeah, I've heard about that too. All of this would do is enrich the drug cartels, and it would make us more susceptible to a terrorist attack. Republicans need to be more serious about border security.
From everything that... Well, it's great to be with you. Thank you for having me. When I say I don't like it, let me point out I haven't seen the text of the bill and nobody else has.
Why do not they release the text of the bill? What? The public should be reading this stuff. And Senator Ted Cruz can't even read it? What? How does this make any sense?
They're keeping it secret, but what they're describing on the face of it is not going to solve the problem. We are facing an absolute crisis at our southern border. We're facing the worst illegal immigration in our nation's history. 9.6 million people have crossed illegally into the United States under Joe Biden.
This is making me mad. This is making me sad. This is making me upset, guys.
And from everything that's been described of this deal, it won't fix the problem. And even worse, from what I understand,
They're walking right through the border wall. What the heck?
this deal effectively normalizes 5,000 illegal aliens a day. That works out to over 1.8 million illegal aliens a year, or about 6 million under the 3 years of Joe Biden. That is absolutely unacceptable.
And just imagine, guys, if Joe Biden wins another presidency, that would be another 4 years of this, guys. Just like Donald Trump says, this is the last year to save America. This is what Trump said. This is our last chance to save America. The reason Joe Biden and his protectors are trying to stop us is simple, because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them. Trump said our country is in trouble. Under Joe Biden, our borders have been erased. Inflation is crushing our middle class. Millions of illegals are invading from all over the world. Yeah, so Trump is on the same page, Mike Johnson on the same page, Ted Cruz on the same page. Another person who's on the same page is Jim Jordan. Let's tune into Jim Jordan, because he's one who's been very, very vocal about the illegal immigration crisis. He even shared today on Twitter, America is less safe with Joe Biden in charge. And he's, really exposing the truth. Jim Jordan just shared this. He says, first, it was Chicago's airport housing illegal aliens. Now it's Boston's. How long until this happens where you live? This is going on in the airports now? What the heck? It was going on in high schools. Oh my goodness, my friends. This is absolutely wild. Jim Jordan, I believe they launched, they were launching an investigation into Nathan Wade and Fani Willis. Jim Jordan always launches these investigations, but yeah, I mean, he's really exposing the truth about what's taking place at the border. Here we go. This is Jim Jordan exposing the truth in the middle of the Congress. Let's watch this.
The way I figure, we're on pace to hit 12 million migrants coming in the country in the Biden administration. That's the magnitude of this phenomenon. 12 million, that's equivalent to the entire population of our state of Ohio, 7th largest state. Now that's never happened, and certainly, I mean, that's an unbelievable number. That's what we're on pace to do. It's being done intentionally. I think the American people like to know why. I think more importantly, the American people like to stop.
Yeah, literally. Let's keep our country safe at this point. Jeez Louise. I mean, Ted Cruz went down to the border with other Republicans too, so really awesome there. He ripped the Biden and Kamala Harris administration at the border. He's just saying that it's their fault. He went down here. This is a little flashback clip of him going down to the border as well. This is where 10,000 border crossers have gathered.
Underneath the bridge, 10,503 people. This is priceless.
It's literally gotten so bad at this point. Republicans are trying to fix the problem. Democrats don't seem, I mean, they're more focused on sending funding to Ukraine, which I don't even understand. They're focused on using funds to forgive student loans. They're trying to do a $1 trillion investment into climate change. It's beyond me, all right? But what I see and what Ted Cruz sees is that the border situation has gotten out of hand, and Joe Biden needs to fix this mess. Let me know your thoughts on all this going on. God bless. Thanks for watching. And also, big announcement, I do now have a second YouTube channel. It's called the God Comes First Show. I am posting videos over there now, even more than I'm posting on this channel. So if you want to subscribe to that show so you don't miss out on any of my updates, I will have the link below. It's called the God Comes First Show. Thanks for watching, my friends. Take care, and God bless. And please stay safe out there. And remember to keep praying, because prayer is powerful.
Okay, Angel. Ted Cruz. Okay, Ted Cruz. So, you heard him. Okay, not that guy, okay? Ted Cruz. Okay.